Very cool hunter, though, I would say. I'm saying I would say a lot, so why don't I just say it? Good point, but let's soldier on anyway. Sorry to, be an imposter there. And that's what life is about, right? Figuring out you're wrong and growing, learning new things. Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here, coming at you from the KnifeCenter. And it's our favorite time of the week. Coolest new knives that have just hit our shelves are on the table in front of me, and I'm back to bring them to you.
It's okay to be nervous. I know you've never done this before.
At the time we're filming this, in the previous 4 weeks, I've only been in the office like 4 days.
I noticed.
So thank you to Sept for filling in on a lot of stuff while I was out and about doing things. But I am back. Feels good to be back. I'm mostly tired, but that's fine. Housekeeping note right up front. If you're not subscribed to our SMS list, our text message list, hit the link in the description because subscribers to that list are eligible to win our latest giveaway, which in this case is a set of the Benchmade kitchen knives, the rich light handles, the whole 9 yards. You've got I got a picture of them here and I forget the names of them. The pairing, the upswept blade, and the I think it's not the station knife, it's the other one.
Like a chef toku.
I really did my research. I know what they are, I can't remember the names of them. But if you would like to win them, it's like a $900 value. Make sure you're signed up to that list. Onto the knives. All right. You have seen these a little bit, but they are finally in the shelf or on the shelf in sufficient numbers where I can show them to you as like newly in stock. Up to this point, all our orders have essentially been going to fill pre-orders for these. But so if you've been waiting for something to be in stock to place an order on the new Slim 110 and 112 from Buck, the Slim Heritage Elite, I should say, the nickel silver versions with Magna Cut blades, they are in stock now. Details? Yes, details. So you got the 110. Classic knife, of course, neutral handle or broad enough handle. All kinds of hand sizes will work for it. But the original is bigger and heavier and is not really a pocket knife. It comes with a belt sheath. This is more pocketable for sure. Slimmed down, pocket clip, deep carry, right side only in this case, and still maintains the full classic look and classic profile, which other slim versions of the 110 haven't quite done things in the same way. Magna Cut steel to keep the performance way up there. The price is going to be about $220 for the 110 with a 3 3/4 inch blade. If you'd prefer the 112, it's about $200 with a 3-inch Magna Cut blade and some finger guard on it as well, which you don't really get on the 110 design. So take your pick. You've got the ebony wood, which they source from Taylor Guitars, who use it to make their fretboards and work with Buck to make sure none of their material goes to waste. So you get really cool provenance on the handle material there and the nickel silver versions. If you'd prefer the brass kind of classic things, I think those right now are back on pre-order status because you folks have been buying them up. I know at least that's the case on the 112. Let me check the 110 real quick. Was in stock or out of stock? Out. Yep, both the brass versions are currently out of stock because they're back on pre-order because you folks kept buying them up. But the nickel silvers you can get right now if you're so inclined.
Pre-order and marketplace online.
And a note about our pre-orders, we don't charge your card until the item ships to you. So we're not tying up any of your money unlike some other pre-orders out there. Another slim knife, the Vosteed Parallel, has been very popular. Now they've released the Tanto version. Used to come with a reverse Tanto. Now you can get it in an actual Tanto. I see you, Thomas. You're wearing your one of your favorite reverse Tanto t-shirts today, but that's okay. There's 2 versions of this knife. You've got S35 VN with black titanium handles for about $169. This version right here is still titanium, but you've got 154 cm on the blade, and the price is $129 on this one. This one also has that kind of purpley color going on. which is pretty cool. Very slim in the handle, but very sturdy because you're dealing with titanium as opposed to some kind of like injection molded material. Very thin, slicey blades on these as well, even with the Tanto right here, 2.9 inches on the length. Wire pocket clip, which is reversible. The whole knife is completely ambidextrous. Really nice action from that crossbar lock right there. Now, of course, Tanto's usually associated with heavier duty, like tactical or self-defense applications. I wouldn't necessarily say that's the case here. I mean, you're dealing with a slim, everyday style of just regular pocket knife in a way. But you get the advantages of the Tanto with leading edge scraping types of things. If you find yourself wishing you could do that with your other blade shapes and you can't, maybe give a Tanto a try. I used to kind of be skeptical of that blade shape as sort of just like an everyday useful shape until I tried one and actually like put my money where my mouth was and carried one for a while. And I figured out that I was wrong. And that's what life is about, right? Figuring out you're wrong and growing. Learning new things.
So about those reverse Tantos you don't like so much?
I'm just waiting for all of you to realize you're wrong. Next up, latest collaboration between Microtech and Boker blades. This is the Always Survive fixed blade. And Thomas, we've been talking about your favorite blade shape, or at least your favorite one for comedic reasons. Longtime viewers of this channel know I'm a fan of the Nessmuck style blade shape, and while this may not be a traditional Nessmuck, it's in the neighborhood, and I just love the shape going on here. It's kind of a cross in a way between a Nessmuck and like a Groman Canadian style blade. It looks really good. 4.45 inches on the length. It's M390 MK, so not a terribly tough stainless steel, but one with very good edge retention, and it's kept nice and thin. So even with the saber height flat grind, combined with that thinness of stock, it's still going to be a good slicer. Very acute tip. Still has a bit of, it's Microtech and Boker, so you got to have some kind of tactical kind of slant or angle on things. This definitely maintains that. $339 is the price, made in USA, of course. The handles are G10, nice shape to them, bolted on. It's not necessarily a big, like it fills the hand nicely enough, but it's not something it's not something I would want to carve for hours at a time with. It's maybe a little bit thin for that type of task, but only just, I would say. Very cool hunter, though, I would say. I'm saying I would say a lot, so why don't I just say it? Cool hunter.
The problem is getting him to not say things.
Kydex sheath is right here. Nice click in, as you can see. Comes equipped with an ulti clip, but you've got a thin hole or small diameter holes all around, but slots all around as well. So throw an ulti clip on there. It's already got one on there. Tech locks and the like will certainly work nicely with this if you like that style of attachment. But if you like, the Microtech style, the Microtech and Sebastian Berengi, is Berengi, right? Yes, correct. Of Boker blades, if you like their collective style, if you like that aggressive tactical thing, but you need a hunting knife in your life, definitely check this out. The Always Survive. Now, if you would like a more conventional looking hunter, this kind of is. This is the Altai from CRKT in collaboration with, let me get the name right, Spartan Precision Equipment. That's not Spartan Blades. It's a different entity right there. And very clearly a hunting knife, although the ring on the back makes it feel like it's sort of tactical, but it's a hunter, really. And it's really well priced for what you're getting on this. It's about $75. It comes with a very nicely appointed sheath, injection molded with click ins, and the sheath I'm showing you before the rest of the knife. That'll wear in. You get not only a ferro rod for sparking fires in the wild, you also, there we go, get a ceramic hone to keep your edge kept up when you're in the field. That's a really nice thing too. Back to the knife. Here it is. Steel is 14C28N, so it's nice and tough, very stainless as well. It doesn't need the orange coating to help with its corrosion resistance, but of course visibility is aided by that ceramic coating right there. 3.5-ish inches on it. Injection molded handle, nice shape to it, very comfortable. You've got that Spartan Precision Equipment logo there on the one side of the removable screwies. Screwies, it's a technical term. And this thing orients really nicely to present all of that belly as you're slicing through your skinning and field dressing tasks. If you want to throw your pinky in there for a little extra retention, keep it from slipping out of your hand when things are bloody and messy from the hunt, you have that option. Is it tactical in a sort of inverted grip? I don't think that was the intent, but I guess you kind of could in a pinch. You're going to, maybe have a little tougher time accessing the point in those types of grips because you've got so much belly. But hey, what are you going to do? High flat grind, keeping it slicey. There's a cutout notch in the spine here designed to work with the ferro rod, of course, to throw your sparks and get that fire started. Really nicely done package here for the money, absolutely. Retention on the belt, you've got this clip right here. Could go inside the waistband perhaps. The holes are a little oddly spaced, so if you want to throw some alternate stuff on there, you could probably make most Ulti clips work. But if you want to throw a tech lock or even a Civivi T-clip on there, you might want to drill an extra hole through there. No problem if that's what you want to do. There you go, the Altai. Really nicely done package. Let's keep the orange going for a moment. This is something launching the day after this video goes up. I believe it's, was it 2 o'clock Eastern time? Yes. The latest from Jack Wolf in their Gateway series, which is their entry-level series. This is the Eureka, and the price is starting about $75, and this is the entry-level version there. You've also got a pink, kind of purple-pink bone, ebony wood, and even a fat carbon. But I like this one right here. It's Bengal Orange Linen Micarta. The vibrance of that orange is really nice. You don't often see, it's harder to get micarta as vibrant as G10s. So you'd be forgiven if thinking this at first blush was G10. It is in fact micarta, which is cool. Gets a little tackier when it's wet, so you actually increase your grip versus smooth G10. The blade is 14C28N here as well, 2.83 inches, and it's got that kind of drop point style that you see on like Swiss Army knives where the tip is a little below the center line, or maybe even the Kaiser drop bear, that sort of thing. The grind is a full height flat grind, which I'm trying to remember if I'm wrong or not. Most of the high-end versions have always been full height hollows, or mostly full height hollows. Have the gateways been hollows or flats up to this point? Comment section, help me out. I'm having a bit of a brain fart. I've only been here like 4 days in the last month. Give me a break. Really nice pattern though. The walk and talk, as usual, with the Gateway series, all Jack Wolf's really, is excellent. Long pull, makes it easy to get out. Nice snap. Full flush fittings all around. I mean, there's absolutely zero flaws I've ever been able to find, even on these affordable Gateway series knives. And I could say basically the same thing about RoseCraft's slip joints. Although side by side, the Gateway series is just a little bit better. I've never had any complaints about the RoseCrafts, and I still don't here. But looking at it, you can kind of see the Jack Wolf is just a little bit cleaner on the back side. Interesting. Well, it's also $10 more expensive than this Cumberland River Coke bottle slip joint from RoseCraft right here. This is about $65. Toasted vintage jigged bone handles with a nice kind of green sheen to it. The spade inlay and a 3-inch 14C28N blade here as well. Clip point, lots of belly, nice snap, not good walk and talk all around. Full flat grind as well. That's very nice. You should check it out. Check out either one of those slip joints. If you want one today, when this video posts, buy the RoseCraft. If you want to wait till tomorrow, you can buy either one. Assuming we're not sold out of one. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, check them all out. Very cool. All right, next up, the mini Flagship F12 from NexTool. One of the coolest multi-tools released this year. NexTool's had a few of those actually. This is currently my favorite keychain multi-tool. It's about $36, and there's 3 new colors joining the fray. And I'll just show you this black stonewashed version. Whereas a lot of small things like this make you choose between either a set of pliers or a set of scissors. The mini Flagship F12 doesn't make you choose. You've got both built in. And they are based around their new generation of scissors, which have one of the jaws with micro serrations. So when you hold it like so, it is a very aggressive cutter. Very, very good. I found they don't cut quite as cleanly as a Victorinox scissor, but they also have a more strength behind them for heavier duty cuts. You've got a glow-in-the-dark tip right here on the end, which could be handy. And then the plier side, you've got cutters, pliers, and needle nose, and they meet pretty nicely there at the end. Not perfectly, but pretty nicely. You've got a small pocket clip there if you'd rather pocket carry it rather than keychain carry it. And then the outside accessible tools are really nicely done. Let's start with the blade. It's a small sheep's foot style blade, 2 inches and some change, 8CR series steel, which on a $35 keychain multi-tool is actually an upgrade. And you've got a liner lock on that for safety. One-hand opening despite the hole there. It's kind of difficult to get one-handed, or two-hand opening despite the hole. Kind of difficult to do one-handed. Opposite side, you've got small flathead and cap lifter, not locking. On the other side, you've got a small 2-dimensional Phillips, also non-locking, with some ruler markings there. I believe that works as a depth gauge, which is nice. And you have a locking file with a larger flathead, double cut and single cut. Decent file, not spectacular, but pretty decent, and also comes with a liner lock. Pretty cool, you guys. Check it out. F12 versions is what that is. If you kind of like the thing that's going on there, but don't quite want to spend that much, for about $27, you can get the original. The tools are slightly different. The steel is not as good, but it's also available. All right, next up we have the Sherman EDC II in this case. Made in Germany, made in Solingen by Boker. And previously this has always been a limited edition knife, very fancy, very high end, but it's in excellent shape, I've been saying for years, so it's cool to see it entering more normal production. One of these is a limited edition actually, and that's the titanium version right here. This is actually serialized. You can see this is number 7 of 99. You've got a 2.95-inch MagnaCut blade, sub 3 inches, textured titanium on the front, frame lock on the back, full flat grind on the very broad blade. The price on this is about $3.98 and some change. You can open it with the thumb studs or, of course, the flipper tab right there. But if you want to spend a good bit of money without spending that much money, check out the standard G10 versions, $279 and change for these. Remember, these are not Asian market Bokers. These are made in Solingen, Germany. So you've got G10 on the front, titanium on the back yet again. Same deployment methods. The clip is a folded deep carry number here, although you do have a little bit sticking up, and decent flipping action. Very stout feeling for its relatively slim dimensions and overall small size, which is kind of a nice cross-section for it to sit. Very cool to see this entering normal production. As said, several different G10 options currently available. This next one, these have been selling out pretty quickly, so I hope there are some left by the time this goes live. It's sort of the return of an old school Boker, now in the Treebrand sub-brand for Boker. This is it's just the camp knife. This is the Boker Treebrand camp knife. Comes in about 89 bucks. First off, it's that classic camp knife configuration, but with more to it. You've got a D2 blade as well, so it's a nice upgrade over some basic stainlesses that you might otherwise get. And the blade is nice and thin, as you can see there as well. So it's very, very slicey, and that sits opposite another small blade here, clip point, as opposed to the drop point on this side. Again, really, really nice and thin on that one right there. Sitting next to those, you have the cap lifter with the flathead, and you have, of course, that old school can opener thing going on. Just definitely brings back memories when I see that. And then on the back end, we've actually got a corkscrew right there, which most like scout style camp knives like this tend to not have. But what they do tend to have is the nice bail, which we've got here. And then black bone handles on this as well. It's really nicely done. 90 bucks seems like a good price for the quality there. Get them while they're there. Next up, modern construction, but old school vibes for sure. Bear & Son, the small slide lock folder. That's all it's called right there. 86 bucks for this. You've got a 14C 28N blade here, about 2.7 inches long, and you've got an overall very kind of snaky profile to the knife going on, which looks really good. The inlays there, of course, look very, very nice, and this is true natural material right there as well, not synthetic. As far as the size, it's about almost a 3.5 finger grip for my slightly larger than average hands. Let's see, can I choke up around it? Yeah, I could kind of get all 4 on there if I want to be, that far up on the knife. But, sitting behind the finger guard, it's mostly 3 fingers for me. You might get 3.5 depending on your hand size, of course. We've got a folded pocket clip. We have a crossbar lock, which works nicely. Yeah, works really good. The clip is not, or is the clip reversible? Yeah, the clip is reversible. Good. So the whole knife is left-hand friendly as well. Cool shape. Classic vibes, but you've got that modern convenience of the crossbar lock, which is always a nice thing as far as I'm concerned, because I like a crossbar lock. You might not, but that's cool too. How about another slip joint? We got a few more slip joints actually today. This is the latest in the Cut of the Month series for the case Crossroads Barlow, the Crossroads XR Barlow here. $99.99 for this with an S35 VN blade. Tumbled finish, classic clip point as well. Blade itself is like 2 3/4 inch, about 2.5 inch right there. Full flat grind, very nice. The handles, you've got the black G10 bolster and liner, integrated liner, I should say, with, in this case, Redstone Richlight for the handle. Richlight is basically paper micarta. You've got kind of that nice matte texture on it, which is always very nice. Half stop on the blade. Works nicely. If you're someone who has like weaker fingernails, I know some people in my life can't do like old school slip joints because their fingernails just bend. It's a bummer for them. But this is an option for that type of person because you have a full cutout in the blade. You can actually just use your finger pads without engaging your fingernails at all, which is handy for anyone, no matter your nail strength. But as you can hear, folds out quite nicely. And these are only made in August in this case, or released in August. The next ones are going to be a little bit different. Very cool. All right, let's go super classy for just a minute, shall we?
What are we doing here?
Good point, but let's soldier on anyway. The newest generation of the Mnandi we have just gotten restocked from Chris Reeve Knives. We don't see these as often as their Sebenzas or even their Umnumzans, which is a shame because this is like one of the best gentleman's knives and formal knives on the market as far as I'm concerned. You're gonna pay for it. The price is $500, 2 3/4 inch Magna Cut blade. The latest iteration of this knife has the cut through or the pass through on the blade itself. So it is a lot easier to one hand open than some older versions of the knife. You could of course 2-hand open it as well, but what a classy blade shape you've got going on there. Crown spine, which is just beautiful. The handles are titanium with bog oak inlays. You've got the covered frame lock, and you've got a really classy looking pocket clip there that makes it look almost like a high-end pen when it's in that closed position. Really, really nice, and in stock for as long as they are in stock. Because Chris Reeve, of course, makes things in batches. And when I say Chris Reeve makes things, I mean the Chris Reeve Knives team, of course. Chris Reeve himself is retired these days. But his son is still running this show, which is cool. All right, next up, a couple more slip joints. Keeping it classy. Sorry to, be an imposter there. New versions of the ACE Farley bolstered slip joints from GiantMouse. A couple different tiers of this. You've got, there's 4 new versions. I've got 2 of them here. This one has, they're calling this Dusty Blue G10 scales. And I really like that they're calling it that because some other companies just call this gray G10. And it's like, it's not gray. It's got some blue to it. So cheers to GiantMouse. It comes with a brass bolster and integrated liner as well. So this one has a little bit of weight to it. Despite the smaller size, we're talking about 2.8 ounces. So it's not overly heavy, but you definitely notice that you're holding the knife. 2 3/4 inch blade, L-Max steel, full flat grind, crown spine again here. Another very classy blade profile. Cast your votes down below. What is the classier blade shape? The Farley or the Mnandi?
I don't know what kind of business you're in, I guess.
Sure, why not? LMAX steel, of course, very high performance. We've got the wire pocket clip, which is reversible. Nice action on that as well. I shouldn't be saying action. It's walk and talk, don't you know? That's $175. There's also on the higher end of the 4 being released here is the carbon fiber version, and those are coming with titanium bolsters with integral liners there, $215. And this one is under 2 ounces. You can definitely feel the weight difference between these two versions right here. This one is like almost barely there. It's just enough so that you know you're holding something, but it is never gonna like get in its own way with the weight. Specs are otherwise the same. You got the LMAX, but you've got that nicely contoured carbon fiber in this case. If I didn't say already, price on this one, $215. There we go. That's the way I was trying to hold it. How about them apples? Yeah, check them out. There's also several versions. There's some micarta options. There's even one that's sort of that Tiffany blue style color, as well as the options that have existed prior to this latest release. Next up, not from Spartan Precision Equipment, but from Spartan Blades. This is part of their field grade line, their imported series. This is the ELEOS, a crossbar locking, full-sized, hard-working tactical folder. About 139 for this knife. You got a 3.5 inch, 154 cm blade in this case, and injection molded handles. Feel in the hand is quite nice. Yeah, really nice actually. Here's the thing, when you're talking about handle comfort, if you're doing a lot of like wood carving and stuff like that, rarely are you gonna find a folding knife that can be as comfortable as a well done fixed blade. Unless the fixed blade's like a flat handle, you know what I mean? Just because you don't have to deal with gaps like this on a fixed blade. This, however, if I had to do it, this would be a contender. That is a very, very comfortable handle, which is a nice thing. Deep carry long pocket clip for good retention. Reversible with the blockout plate there on the front to keep things a little classier looking. You've got the logo. I say classy is a very tactical knife, but you know. Sorry, we're eschewing all classy references from here on out. Yeah, maybe not. I'm looking at the rest of the table.
Or nothing if not classless.
Crossbar lock. Feels good. You've got the weight of that blade that lets you know it's working, shall we say. Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, what do you want to know? It's a cool tactical design here, but applicable beyond just tactical stuff for sure, thanks to that drop point profile right there. A little bit of finger guard for protection, but not so much that it gets in the way when you need to choke up and use that heel very precisely. We're dealing with washers or ball bearings. Does this feel like bearings? Yeah, they're bearings. I'm mumbling here a little bit, so I do apologize for that.
Real classic.
The ELEOS. All right, how about a new Poikilo blade designed in collaboration with them guys over at Vulpex. This is the VK Flow, a really nice looking thing. $420 for this. The VK Flow Standard 1 in this case. You've got an M398 blade, just over 3.5 inches long. While M390 has never been a particularly like tough steel in terms of like brittleness, M398 is even less tough than M390. However, it comes with exceptional edge retention. So as long as you're not like hammering, beating on, or wrenching on a blade like this, you're going to enjoy really, really good edge life on a blade like this. And on a very, dare I say, classy frame. Classy, maybe not, but high end for sure. Stone-washed titanium handle, clear or plain anodized or non-anodized crystallized titanium covers for the pivots front and back. The backside one also acts as that over travel stop for the frame lock. It's really cool. I've always dug stone-washed finishes on tie, especially ones like this that go a little darker, and it contrasts really nicely with that crystallized tie right there. Digging that. Opening methods, you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got the rear flipper, which works great. You have got the fuller there, so you can do that reverse flick, which also works great. And last but not least, you've got a front flipper. And I guess I haven't been here in a while. I should give the front flipper another chance. Okay. It was me the first time. Not the fault of the knife.
We assumed.
I'm digging that shape. It's really nice. The covers on the pivot actually feel really nice in that pinch grip if you're holding it like so. The blade profile, I like the continuous curve to that edge. It's going to slice really nicely. It's cool. It's really good. How about a limited edition knife? This is from Artisan Cutlery. This is the Proponent. And this is number 44 of 60 that are left at this point in time. You have got, for $359, jungleware fat carbon for the handles, titanium for underneath the handles, I guess for the inlays, and S90V for that big Saks-style Wharncliffe blade right there. Let's do the flip. Oh, there's something about just flipping or flicking a real heavy blade like this. It creates this auditory satisfaction you just aren't going to get from lesser knives or thinner knives. Upstairs agrees. I don't know if you heard.
Knives with less than them.
Knives with less than. I don't know if you heard that, but there's a rumble from upstairs. They agree. It's the Proponent. It's big, it's beefy, it's overbuilt. This one's limited. And do they even make this anymore? Like standard versions? Oh yeah, we do have S35VN versions coming in about $212, but they aren't as fancy as this one. And you don't get the S90V either. Check it out. I'll leave it at that. It speaks for itself, I think. All right, we're running long. Two more things. We have got, from RMJ, the Storm Crow Tomahawk. Several colors, but this black and, almost said red, black and orange. KnifeCenter exclusive right here. US made, super high quality. The price is $515 on these. And multiple cutting edges on the blade itself. The only one missing is basically the top edge right here. You've got sharp right here. You've got sharp right here. You've got sharp at the spike on the back. This thing is not something I would recommend to go bushcrafting with. Even though the handle kind of makes you think you could get up here and do smaller stuff, you got a sharp edge right there. Don't do that. We're doing dish and hooking and cutting and smashing. And for that, it's going to be very, very good. It is that typical, I almost made myself real nervous there. I almost went like this and was like, wait, edge, no edge. We're fine now. Typical overbuilt RMJ quality right there. It is something that, unless you're being really, really, really dumb, should probably outlast whatever you could throw at it. Comes with a sheath, or a mask, I guess. Kydex with a keeper strap with a pull-the-dot snap on it as well. So it only comes loose in the one direction. It's not going to snag loose quite so easily as some other designs right there. Storm Crow, very cool. And very last, but very not least, we've got new kitchen knives from Bradford with MagnaCut steel. I like MagnaCut for a kitchen knife choice if we're talking premium steels because it has toughness to it in addition to that high edge retention and of course as well as being stainless. Toughness to me is more important than edge retention on a kitchen knife in particular, especially a thin kitchen knife like this where you want it to cut efficiently and cleanly without deforming or breaking. This is the kitchen utility coming in with a 6-inch blade, $229. We've also got the larger chef's knife now in stock as well, or might be back in stock. 7 3/4-inch blade on that for $280. This one $229. What else? It's very thin. It's going to cut really nicely. 3D textured carbon fiber handles. And you may look at this and go, why is it getting so thin there near the front? And it's for very good reason, because you're not supposed to hold a kitchen knife like this. You're supposed to hold a kitchen knife like this when you're getting in there and doing the chopping stuff. And this really does encourage a proper pinch grip for a kitchen knife. And for that, I salute the Bradford boys, because that is the way you're supposed to do it. Comes with some leather for a cover right here as well. Really nice. Let me do this without slicing anything you don't want to slice. It can actually go in either way, which is really good too. So it's going to be hard to like push it too far and slice the other end. It's just a really nice cover for your American-made kitchen knife right there. All right. I think that's it for now. Thanks for having me back, and thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you want to get your hands on any of these, of course, Links are in the description. Don't forget to sign up for that SMS giveaway as well. While you're over at the website, don't forget about our long-running Knife Rewards program, as well as options at checkout, including Sezzle if you want to break things into smaller payments. I'm David C. Henderson from the Knife Center, and that's Thomas behind the camera. We're signing off. See you next time.